Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Bozard Ford Studio for the St. Johns County show that's on in the morning. First, we have the county choosing not to join a statewide development lawsuit, the Florida CFO awards sheriffs over immigration enforcement, Winn-Dixie to focus only in Florida, and the governor wants Veraports across the state. We'll get to all that and more, but first we want to thank Bozard Ford. Since 1949, Bozard Ford Lincoln has been more than just a dealership. It's a local legacy built on trust, family values, and a commitment to doing things the right way. Proudly serving St. Augustine and beyond for over 75 years, Bozard offers award-winning service, unbeatable selection, and a state-of-the-art facility with 91 climate-controlled service bays, a quick lane for no appointment-needed maintenance, and even Ford's Garage restaurant right there on site. Recognized with the Triple Crown Award and President's Awards, Bozard Ford Lincoln is where hometown service meets national excellence. Great pricing, friendly faces, and a better buying experience are just off I-95 and State Road 16. Bozard Ford Lincoln, they are driven to inspire. Also, big shout out to all of our amazing sponsors. We've got Vitus Roofing, Old Town Trolley, Bin 39 Wine Bar, B&S Signs, Facial Rejuvenation Center, Chiba Hut Toasted Subs, St. Augie's Pizza, Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, and St. Augustine Handy Houses. You can support all of our wonderful sponsors and support us with your likes, comments, and shares. Follow us on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube and Rumble, and download our app from the Apple App Store. All right, good morning, boys.
Hey, happy Wednesday.
You've been busy.
Whew. Busy.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah. So kind of crazy. But my life's always that way.
Well, of course.
Yeah. It's kind of the way I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of the way I like it. So
you're not good when you're left to your own devices.
No, boredom's not good for me. It's not good in anybody. I don't think it's good for anybody.
No, probably not.
No, it's not good for anybody. So, Blake, are you conscious?
Yes, I am conscious back here. Hello, everyone.
He hops back into frame. What you doing back there, Blake?
Trying my best to find a good photo back here. Give me
Working
You
on
got
it.
the screensaver still going?
Yes.
So, oh, man, it is hump day, though. So
It is hump day.
Feels like a long week already to me.
Yeah, I had the field trip yesterday, so my schedule's all out of whack because it's like I had 2 community days.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got randomly all of the family doctor's appointments that I have to be a part of are today. So I don't know. It's a weird week for me.
Yeah, and Maeve's been feeling a little under the weather, so hopefully she's
sorry,
getting better
Maeve.
because tomorrow's her birthday. She turns 6 tomorrow.
6?
Yeah.
Wow.
So.
Half dozen.
Yeah. So, and she's at that just grown stage, so you know how like kids get the little pudgy and then they grow.
Yeah.
She's at the grow part, so now it's like time for the pudgy again.
I don't know if she ever got pudgy.
No, just a round face. It happens. It happens in kids' faces.
Kids get wide and then they get tall and then they get wide.
I mean, it's all in the face. It's like, and then and then they're skinny, and then
Oh. I unfortunately got pudgy in some areas.
Well, it happens.
But it was when you're a kid. I mean, you would do that. Your head was always bigger than your body, but luckily you grew into that.
I'm so glad my dad's not on the show with me.
Yeah, he knows it. He was like a little bobblehead.
Lovely, Blake.
Got a lot of brains to get in that head.
So if I got you a bobblehead, would that reignite trauma, or would you think that was funny? Like a bobblehead shaped after you?
Have we not shown you the picture of him first day of school?
Yeah, we have.
Do you like being called a bobblehead?
No.
Do we need to hash this out right now?
I don't have to ask permission to tell my son that. What's wrong with our world? Everyone has permission to say what they want to say.
Yeah, consent. It's terrible.
Whoa.
It's not consent.
I'm kidding.
Consent.
Whoa.
Oh gosh.
I'm kidding.
No one clip that out, please.
Well, now you just gave him permission.
Yeah.
Do we have a question of the day?
Question of the day is actually I was trying to figure out what day it was, and it's Curly Howard's birthday. If you don't know who Curly Howard is, that's Curly from the Three Stooges. So I decided to ask the question, Three Stooges, Little Rascals, or Abbott and Costello? So which do you prefer, the Three Stooges, Little Rascals, or Abbott and Costello?
My Abbott and Costello experience is limited to Who's on First.
Okay.
Which is classic and hilarious.
Yes.
Brilliant. Yeah. I tilted towards Dennis the Menace rather than Little Rascals because I watched all of these in reruns.
Okay.
So those were
Well,
juxtaposed.
yeah, I did too. How old do
Yeah.
you think I am? These things were out in the 40s.
I don't know when they came out.
They were out in the 40s.
It's like my husband was talking about an 80-year-old that has a history of like, he heard a story about how she rages on steroids. And he was like, but I was trying to figure out, like, when would this, old lady have taken steroids? And he's like, she must have been training in her 20s in the 80s. And I was like, how old do you think I am?
Yeah.
She's not 80 training in the 80s at 20.
Yeah.
I'm not 20 years younger than an 80-year-old. I'm 40 years younger than an 80-year-old. Calm down, sir. So sorry about that.
The math. You took us to a math equation that I don't know when the train left the station.
Yes. And the train left the station yesterday.
All right.
Sorry.
So out of these three.
So I'm going through, Little Rascals. I was more Dennis the Menace. I'm going to go with Three Stooges.
Three Stooges.
Yeah. It's probably the boring answer. I'm going to go with Three Stooges.
Blake, what about you?
I'm gonna go with Three Stooges as well, because mainly I remember watching Three Stooges at my grandma's house.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
All right. I love all three. I absolutely love all three, and I think it is a close race. If Curly wasn't on, Three Stooges was not. Joe and Shemp just weren't as good as Curly.
Weren't the same.
Yeah, they weren't as good as Curly. So I'm going towards Abbott and Costello, even though I did love. I watched probably every episode of Little Rascals throughout, like Porky being too young to talk to him being too old to be on the show anymore.
Yeah. All right.
So, I lived through Porky's entire childhood. So
cool.
I do gotta ask you that because both of us did go to the Three Stooges movie. How did you like it? Did you believe it was a faithful adaptation of the original series?
No, it was. But I mean, there was no Curly.
Yeah.
So I mean, there was a imitation Curly, but it wasn't Curly Howard. So Curly made the Three Stooges, in my opinion.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
So
because, like you said, like you take him out of the equation, and it's just not the same.
Yeah, you take him out, then it's no longer,
It's lesser Stooges.
Yeah. And I mean, if you have the Little Rascals without Porky and Alfalfa, which happened early and later, they're not the same either.
It's not the same. No, the energy shifts.
Abbott Costello was always Abbott and Costello to me.
100%.
So.
Yeah, I've got to credit.
Hey,
Rain
Abbott!
Man. I have to credit Rain Man with my Abbott and Costello experience.
Oh, really?
Because he does the Who's on First, so that I wanted to know what the Who's on First thing was. Like, why does he keep saying it?
Mm-hmm.
So I had to look it up.
Yeah. So only one position is not named in that. That's right field. Everyone else has a name. If you go through the entire thing, right field doesn't have a name.
Okay. I never would have mapped out where they are on the field.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking of interrogative pronouns.
Yes. See, in my mind, I went exactly to where they were at.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
What's on second? I don't know who's on third.
Yeah. I've heard that women and males and females, when they read books, that males are making a map in their head as things are getting described. And that makes sense.
I read everything. I make a map in my head.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
Like that. So someone was talking about like how you approach, Lord of the Flies for a girls class versus a boys class. And it was like, for a girls class, you talk about how everyone's feeling and how everyone's interpreting the social dynamic of the situation, but boys, you assign them, make a map of the island. And I was like, that sounds miserable. I would be miserable if I had to make a map of the island.
Like if I read a mystery, I have them in the room and I'm placing, okay, who's behind this door? And it's, all of that's going on in my head as I'm reading.
Okay.
So horror, if I read a horror book or anything like that, I have like the creatures over here and I know exactly where everybody's at in my brain.
Okay, so you've got like a chessboard that you're working.
100%.
And I'm totally thinking of like faces and who's seeing what and following line of sight. That's what I'm thinking of. You're thinking of a chessboard. Interesting.
Yeah. No. I got it. I got the whole room filled.
Okay.
So. And some rooms outside the room filled.
Yeah. Anything you've heard about.
Yeah.
Any location.
Yeah. I have the entire film set. You know, I turned it into its own movie when I read.
Okay.
So,
very cool.
I didn't realize other people didn't do that.
I do too, but I do like the soap opera scenes where it's like really close, like close-ups, like the interactions between the two characters that are like current. And so I'm not like mapping out where everybody else is in the book at all times. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
So I did a good thing.
Tim says it doesn't happen to him because he doesn't read.
Mark safe. That's a close one.
Yeah. We're worried about you, Tim.
All right. Now it's time for a quick check of the weather.
Oh, it's going to be beautiful today.
Ooh.
Beautiful day.
We love that. That quick check of the weather brought to you by Bin 39. Discover one of St. Augustine's best kept secrets, Bin 39, tucked inside St. George Inn at the north end of St. George Street. With over 95 boutique wines, 50 of them rated 90 points or higher by Robert Parker, it's a perfect spot for a romantic date night or a relaxing after-work unwind. Sit by the glass or the bottle in a serene courtyard setting and enjoy live music throughout the week. Open daily, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Just stop by and say, I'll have what Irving's having. Bin 39, your taste to discover. All right, buckle up, baby. It's a Hit the Blake's traffic report.
Traffic's moving well.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Luckily, it moved well yesterday as well. I had a good drive.
Indeed, and but looks like the sun hasn't risen on some parts of the. Excuse me 1 second. I've got to end the traffic report because someone decided.
He's a priest.
Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna ask, do we see the bumper at 318? I drove past the bumper.
Yeah.
But I was driving like I'm not gonna take pictures while I'm driving.
It looks like the bumper's gone.
Yeah, I definitely drove past the bumper.
No, the bumper's still there.
And I wanted to take a picture for you, but it came on me too fast for me to take a picture. Yes, sir.
I'm just your last sentence.
Be careful. There's a man of the cloth.
Yeah.
How itchy is
Be
it
respectful.
I don't know. Did someone call you a priest in the comments?
No, in the comments I got called a priest, so I just wanted to
lean into
it. By the way, this is blue. I know it's shown up as black.
Yeah.
It's actually blue.
He's navy blue. Check the buttons. The buttons are blue.
Very progressive priest.
That's not unusual these days.
That likes having Costello.
All right. That Hit the Blake's traffic report brought to you by Old Town Trolley. Climb aboard Old Town Trolley and experience over 500 years of history in the heart of St. Augustine. This fully narrated 90-minute tour features 22 convenient stops and covers more than 100 points of interest, including iconic landmarks like the Castillo de San Marcos, the Fountain of Youth, and Flagler's Historic Hotel. With open-air views and all-day hop-on, hop-off access, it's the most fun and flexible way to explore the nation's oldest city. Your ticket also includes free admission to the St. Augustine History Museum, and local St. Johns County residents ride free with a full fare guest through the Hometown Pass program. Sign up today at hometownpass.com. Old Town Trolley, the best way to see St. Augustine, one stop at a time. Moving into the news. Florida CFO awards over $1.8 million to Northeast Florida Sheriff's offices to support immigration enforcement. Florida's Chief Financial Officer, Blaise Ingaglia, was in St. Augustine Tuesday announcing more than $1.8 million in funding for sheriff's offices across Northeast Florida to bolster immigration enforcement efforts. Ingaglia said the funding comes from the State Board of Immigration Enforcement and is part of the state's ongoing partnership with the Department of Homeland Security. Quote, "We are proud to continue our work with the Department of Homeland Security and President Trump to ensure that our communities become safer every day." So Ingaglia, he went on to break down, there's $1 million to St. Johns County Sheriff. We've got $606,151. Don't forget that one. To Clay County Sheriff's Office, we've got $108,384 to Putnam County, $84,000 to Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, and $85,683 to Bradford County. Sheriffs from across the region praised the state's efforts. Jacksonville Sheriff T.K. Waters said his agency has arrested 545 undocumented immigrants through the federal 287G program, which allows local deputies to assist with immigration enforcement. Waters said more than 140 of these arrests involve drivers charged with DUIs, calling the funding a crucial step towards keeping dangerous drivers off the road. Over 140 of them, DUIs are very dangerous on our roadways. who have committed crimes in our communities and can thankfully no longer victimize the citizens of Jacksonville, Waters said. St. Johns County Sheriff's Office Sheriff Rob Hardwick said his deputies have conducted 710 roadside deportations since January 23rd, along with 421 jail deportations involving individuals with criminal charges. Hardwick credited his deputies for taking clear action under the 287G program. They got that clear decision and clear direction of what to do under the 287G program, and we really stepped it up, Hardwick said. The funding marks one of the largest regional awards to date under Florida's new Immigration Enforcement Initiative. So I accidentally was a witness to one of those traffic stops that became a roadside deportation.
Okay.
I was stopped at the Circle K at 16, right by a Home Again site. And I pull into one of the two spots on the left, like all the way over on the left. And I'm answering some text messages before I go into the store, and a car pulls up right behind me. And it was a sheriff's deputy vehicle right behind me. And I look to the guy to my side. We kind of both get out, and there's traffic stops. So there's a deputy in front. There's the vehicle that got pulled over and the officer that pulled over the vehicle.
So they're blocking him in.
Yeah, so they're blocking him in. They're also blocking me and the person to my left in.
Okay.
That dude was funny. He looked like a teenager. He had his phone out. He's like live streaming the whole thing. I don't even know. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to answer emails and text messages. Like, I'm here for a while.
While this is going down.
Yeah. Before long, Customs and Border Patrol vehicle was there. I'm like, well, I'm in it for the long haul now. So I'm like texting my family, like, kids, are you okay? Because I'm not home. And like, I got stuck by a deportation stop, I guess.
Ice.
Yeah.
They put me on ice.
Yep. So I was stuck in the Circle K parking lot for a while for one of these. So I haven't been there for the 709, but I was there for the 710th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
there you go.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you missed the first 709.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Congratulations to St. John's County Sheriff's Department for winning $1 million, like earning the $1 million, I guess. That was a wild check. It looked like an AI picture.
Yeah.
Sheriff Hardwick standing there with a giant $1 million check.
Press conference was yesterday here in St. Johns County. So
for sure. Yeah. All right. Moving on. Southeastern Grocers transitions to the Winn-Dixie Company, sells stores outside of Florida. A major change is coming for one of Jacksonville's most recognizable companies. Southeastern Grocers, the parent company of Winn-Dixie and Harvey's Supermarkets, is preparing to enter its next century under a single name, the Winn-Dixie Company. The announcement came Monday, marking what company leaders calling a both strategic and sentimental move that will refocus the grocer on its home state of Florida. CEO Anthony Hucker says the rebrand will take effect in early 2026 and follows an investor buyback earlier this year. That deal restored Winn-Dixie's independence after its brief acquisition by Aldi and reaffirmed Jacksonville as its headquarters. For a century, Winn-Dixie has proudly called Florida home, Hucker said. As we enter our next century as Winn-Dixie Company, a brand new 100-year company, we're accelerating growth where our roots run deepest. As part of the plan, Winn-Dixie will transition ownership of most of its stores outside of Florida, keeping about 130 grocery stores and 140 liquor stores concentrated across Florida and southern Georgia. Agreements are already in place to transfer 32 Winn-Dixie and 8 Harvey stores in Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, and Mississippi to other grocers by early 2026. A handful of Georgia locations like Brunswick, Valdosta, St. Simon's Island will all remain part of the Winn-Dixie network. Hucker thanked associates and customers in other states for their loyalty, saying the company would support them through the transition. The company is also doubling down on its Florida-first growth strategy, with plans to acquire 3 Hitchcock's markets in Alachua, Keystone Heights, and Williston, all of which will be converted to new Winn-Dixie stores by mid-2026. The Williston store is expected to open first as a Winn-Dixie in December of 25, followed by the others in the summer of 26. Beyond acquisitions, Winn-Dixie says it's investing in store remodels, new liquor store formats, and technology upgrades. That includes testing grocery delivery, in-store return kiosks, and bringing back the fan favorite lip-licking chicken. The company is also
I
returning.
didn't know that was fan favorite.
I mean, everyone loves a lip licker.
Yeah.
The company is also returning its store support
So I've
center
heard.
to the Edgewood.
I'm gonna have to put my
Father
collar
Troy.
back on.
Its store support center will be returning to Edgewood headquarters on Jacksonville's west side, where the grocer's operations began decades ago. That move will replace its current offices in Bay Meadows area when the lease expires at the end of 2025. As Hucker put it, the goal is to create fewer markets, deeper impact. From its Jacksonville roots to its statewide reinvestment plan, the Winn-Dixie Company says its next century will combine heritage, innovation, and hometown pride, a rebirth of what Hucker calls a brand new 100-year-old company. I know a great place that they could sponsor if they want to deepen their roots in Florida.
In the 904.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%.
Well, I mean, and I grew up in a Winn-Dixie family.
Yeah.
So my first paycheck that I actually got, like a paycheck, and I wasn't paid cash, like working on a farm or doing picking oranges or cutting fern.
Yeah.
My first actual paycheck where FICA, I found out what FICA was. And
Yeah,
stuff,
for sure.
was at a Winn-Dixie.
Uh-huh.
So, and my dad worked for Winn-Dixie for close to 40 years.
As a butcher, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know, I was kind of sad when Winn-Dixie was going away, and it's good that they're coming back.
Now it's back.
So, and the Davis family is the family Davis Park up in the
Different Davises.
Not Mike Lewis's family, different Davis. The Davis family is the one who kind of donated the land and along with the park group for that park.
That's awesome. All right, Gas Buddy Gas Report. Tell us in the comments what gas prices are looking like in your area. I have got Shell at 216 Ponce de Leon Boulevard at 278, Shell at 146 King Street at 279, Shell on North Ponce de Leon Boulevard at 279, Owens on South Ponce at 279, Gate at US 1 North is at 289, Circle K on US 1 North is 289 as well, A1A Discount Beverage also 289, Gate on Mizell Road is $2.99. Circle K on 207 is also $2.99. I've heard that where gas prices are trending below $3, and we are hitting that mark. Gas Buddy Gas Report brought to you by Chris Lucero Bail Bonds. Trouble with the law? Call the name St. Augustine has trusted for years. Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, available 24/7. Their experienced and compassionate team works fast to get you or your loved one out of jail, back home. From paperwork to release, they make the process simple, discreet, and stress-free. No judgment, just help when you need it most. When time matters, remember the name and the number. Chris Lucero Bail Bonds at 904-822-BAIL. That's 904-822-2245. Live music today, we've got Nathan Allen at Milltop Tavern at noon. Smoke Joe Showers at Trade Winds at 1 o'clock. Brooke Garwood is at Bin 39 at 2. Jim Maselta is at The Reef at 4:30. John Q is at Milltop Tavern at 4:30. Carpetbaggers is at Hurricane Grill and Wings at 5 o'clock. Mark Hart is at Trade Winds at 5 o'clock. Gary Douglas Campbell is at O.C. White's at 6. Dewey Vaya is at Ann O'Malley's at 6. I Am Tongi is at Colonial Oak at 6 o'clock. Mental Boy is at Shanghai Nobby's at 7 o'clock. Trivia with Troy, Blake, and Aiden is at Amichi's at 7 o'clock tonight. Get your reservations now. Papa Chubby is at Treehouse. Papa Chubby and Treehouse is at Cafe 11 at 8 o'clock. 86 Hope is at Shanghai Nobby's at 9:20 p.m. exactly. Dismissives at Shanghai Nobby's at 11:50 on the nose. That music report is brought to you by Fidus Roofing. When it comes to protecting your home, trust Fidus Roofing and Construction, voted best of St. Augustine every year since 2012. As a GAF Master Elite contractor, Fidus installs the GAF Lifetime Roofing System and expert metal roofs built to withstand Florida's toughest weather. From emergency repairs to full replacements, plus pavers and gutters, Fidus delivers quality, durability, and energy savings with every job. For Fidus Roofing, call 904-355-ROOF. That's 904-355-7663. Fidus Roofing, where trust is built from the top down. All right. Kind of made fun of me because I was exploring the idea of apple picking as a fall activity, but would have to go states away in order to engage in that activity. There are lots of fall activities around around the
Okay.
country. I love giant pumpkins. I love seeing pictures of giant pumpkins.
Okay.
I've heard you have to like water them a gallon a day to get them big.
Oh, okay.
It's a minimum a gallon a day to get them big during their growing season. It's wild. So what do you do with a giant pumpkin? Once you have grown a giant pumpkin, it's been weighed, it's been measured, you won, you didn't win.
You make a lot of pumpkin pies?
Maybe. In Oregon, they make boats. They make boats out of giant pumpkins.
Okay.
So in these competitions where they're weighing the size and whatever, they're also marking out which would be the best contenders for boats.
Gourds float.
Gourds do float. And they float with Buddy the Elf in them, evidently, because the guy that won one of the races in Oregon was dressed as Buddy the Elf. That's Gary Christensen. He won the first regatta of the day paddling in a giant pumpkin. And that's legit. Like, it's a pumpkin that has been hollowed out. They actually put motorboats on these. So they decide which ones are better kayakers and which ones are better shaped and weighted for motorboats. And they'll put an outboard motor.
Like a trolling motor,
yeah,
I'm assuming.
like
right?
a little one, yeah.
It's a trolling motor.
And so this one is just the one that Christensen won in, is just like the pumpkin. It's just like basic pumpkin. But they'll like
So if we
decorate
can
them and they'll
find
paint
one,
them.
If we can find one and we can talk to our friends over at Sunny, you know, because he's the perfect Buddy the Elf.
For sure.
Davey's the perfect
Yep.
Buddy the Elf. I mean,
Yep.
he's got the personality for. He's the perfect one. So
100%.
I think this is more of a Sunny activity than a 904.
Yeah, we
'Cause
could
we
find a
can't,
giant pumpkin
you know,
and we could send it to
I'm-
TV.
I'm more like with the elf from the Misfit Toys that wants to be a dentist.
All right.
What's his name? Ernie? What's his name?
Could we, like, is there a photo contest where we could submit our Buddy the Elf and a giant pumpkin with, like, the lighthouse behind him?
Well, I mean, it only works if we can recruit Davey. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So this is a thing that happens, and it happens in more than just Oregon, because this one doesn't look like it has the outboard motors, but I definitely saw one of the fairs has outboard motors on their pumpkins. So if you want to see funny videos, like, there's serious science to this.
Pumpkin boats.
As far as like the right shape, you need the ones that have like the vine that's too far back for the weight balance for the outboard motors. It's like a whole science. It's a whole thing. And it's a fun thing to watch if you're feeling the need to watch giant pumpkins and people being silly with them. That's Happened to the Trends is brought to you by Facial Rejuvenation Center. Ready to look as young as you feel at the Facial Rejuvenation Center in St. Augustine. They specialize in natural lasting results. Whether you're considering Botox, fillers, advanced skin treatments, or facial surgery, their expert team tailors every experience to your unique beauty goals. For more than 21 years, the Facial Rejuvenation Center has proudly served the local community, offering a wide range of services, including chemical peels, microneedling, dermaplaning, radio frequency treatments, laser hair removal, and more. Discover renewed confidence in a warm professional setting, because you deserve to love the face you see in the mirror. Call 904-810-5434 or visit frcenter.com to book your consultation today. Back into the news. St. Johns County will not join lawsuit over development law. St. Johns County commissioners have voted not to join a growing list of Florida cities and counties suing the state over a controversial new development law. During Tuesday's meeting, Commission Chair Krista Joseph and Commissioner Ann Taylor pushed for the county to take legal action, arguing the law undermines local control and home rule. The law, passed earlier this year, was originally designed to help hurricane-stricken communities rebuild faster after major storms, but local leaders say the state has since used it to overrule county and city development policies that have nothing to do with storm recovery. St. Johns County saw those effects firsthand when the state rejected the county's revised comprehensive plan, the long-term blueprint that guides how and where the county grows. Joseph said the decision trampled local authority and ignored the will of the residents. We elect people in Tallahassee to represent us, Joseph said, but I represent the people who live here. I could go to Tallahassee and be a big shot, but I think it's more important to answer emails and do what I can for my constituents. Several residents spoke during public comment, also urging commissioners to stand up to the state. One speaker said, "We want home rule in our county. by the people we elected and see every day at Publix, not someone from Miami telling us what to build. But the majority of commissioners, Sarah Arnold, Clay Murphy, and Christian Whitehurst, opposed joining the lawsuit. They argued suing the state could hurt the county's relationship with lawmakers in Tallahassee and lead to a drawn-out, costly legal battle. Commissioner Clay Murphy said he wants to give legislatures a chance to fix the law first, hinting that a glitch bill may be introduced during the next legislative session. Our representatives have an opportunity to fix this, Murphy said. If they don't, that's when I'll get upset. But I'm not going to get upset until I know there's no path forward. Well, the majority opposed. Joseph's motion failed. Now the county commission must still revisit the comprehensive plan, make revisions, and resubmit it to the state at a future meeting as the fight over local control and growth management continues. Thoughts?
I mean, you can't just take shots at your other commissioners, too. You're working as a team there, and just because you got outvoted, you call the other ones big shots. I mean, come on. All right, you cannot always be on the defensive. Sometimes you knock on the door. You don't have to kick the door in every time.
Yeah.
And this is a long term. You're in there for the long haul, not to satisfy your own personal victories. So you got to think about the entire longevity of it. If we go after this, and because what it is it's about property rights. Our comp plan was way too overreaching into property rights. Now, do I want to slow residential growth? Yes. All of us want to slow residential growth.
Yep.
But we also don't want to lose property rights in the process. And that is, that's where people have to understand. Some of these things were completely legal, these developers, and I'm not an anti-developer, but I am a developer that wants it to be good for everyone. So you can't 100% stop. And that's why I lean into the preservation side. And, it's almost like they're going for the solution right now, and they're killing the entire process.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they didn't sue the state. You sue the state, there's backlash that comes back with that. There's bitterness. There's things that get, groups. It hurts groups like My Home Again.
Yeah.
They get money from the state.
For sure.
That's in St. Augustine. They don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah.
So we're not doing that. There's more things involved than you saying, well, I'm going to fix overdevelopment with the comp. It doesn't work like that. It's not that simple.
Yeah.
And if you think it's that simple, then, you're just wrong.
Yeah. I mean, people that have had these properties forever, they're selling the properties to developers. And I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to seize the properties from the owners, or, I mean, we need a path forward to make a better offer than the developers if we want to save the property and keep it undeveloped. And preservation is the way that you have suggested. So I don't think we need to fight the state in a legal battle. That's expensive. We don't have the money for it.
Because I mean, they control certain mandates that we have to do. They control, so you got to play nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the catcher in a baseball game not communicating at all. The game's going to be terrible. So, you have to communicate. You have to work together. You have to figure out those compromises if they're there. So, and that requires some give and take. And that's where we're messing up at the federal level.
Yeah. Because
neither side's given or taken. And that's why we're shut down right now. So let's not do that. I mean, I believe in local rule, but there has to be a balance. So that's why the Buffalo's on the surfboard. Got to have the balance.
Got to have the balance. All right. DeSantis, Purdue push for advanced air mobility testing to reduce I-4 congestion. Governor Ron DeSantis says Florida could soon be home to the next generation of air travel. The state is preparing to test what officials call advanced air mobility, essentially short-distance battery-powered aircraft that take off and land vertically, similar to helicopters, all with the goal of easing traffic and reducing congestion along major corridors like I-4. DeSantis and Florida Transportation Secretary Jared Perdue announced plans Thursday for a new aerial test bed at the SunTrax facility in Polk County. The site will include 2 vertiports, takeoff and landing hubs for what are known as VTOL aircraft, vertical takeoff and landing vehicles. DeSantis said if the technology proves affordable and scalable, it could take cars off the road by allowing commuters to travel short distances by air. If they can make it economical, it would take some traffic off the roads, the governor said. We just want as many options as possible. He added the aircraft wouldn't be used for long hauls, not Miami to Jacksonville, but short, roughly 60-mile routes between urban centers. The governor compared the idea to an aerial version of Uber and said it could attract major private investment. Transportation Secretary Jared Perdue, who has pushed the concept for years, said the test site will help companies advance into what he called the age of flying cars. Mm-hmm. You called it. This is about cutting through red tape and helping the private sector get to market quickly, Perdue said. It's a brand new opportunity for Florida residents. Perdue and DeSantis first saw prototypes of the aircraft in June at the Paris Air Show, where some models are expected to receive federal clearance for test flights as soon as 2026. Perdue even compared the vision to the futuristic world of the Jetsons, saying what was once science fiction is quickly becoming reality. The new initiative builds on legislation DeSantis signed at the same air show, Senate Bill 1662, requiring Florida's Transportation Department to develop a statewide plan for advanced air mobility in partnership with the Department of Commerce. That plan will identify where vertiports could be built and how the state can attract investment. Meanwhile, the Federal Aviation Administration has already launched its own pilot program to test air taxis, working with states and private companies to ensure the technology's safety. Updated FAA rules now classify vertiports similarly to heliports and set new training standards for pilots. DeSantis says he's mildly excited about the potential, acknowledging he still has questions, but believes SunTrax could make Florida a national leader in this cutting-edge form of transportation. How do you feel about vertiports, Troy?
I think it's just that they're not moving enough people at a time to make a difference. Yeah. I mean, I think it's something we have to look at. I think they're doing it in Dubai. You know, I don't know how much success they've had over there with it. You know, but on these, what I've seen, these drone Uber taxis that fly, you can only fit like one person, maybe 2 in them.
Yeah.
And that's not going to make a difference on I-4. So
yeah.
It's a pimple on an elephant's ass.
No.
I mean, putting it in the same class as heliports feels to me like it's going to be a benefit of the privilege to avoid being in traffic with the plebes.
The plebes?
Yes. Okay. The poors.
Yeah.
So
they can float over the poors in their little Uber taxi.
Yeah, and you still have to have a teleport. You still have to have the land that's close to it and make it all work and make them all associated. So it's a tough sell until the technology catches up with it. Yeah. Do I think it's going to catch up? Yeah, I do. But you know, I've been thinking that for 20 years, and I thought I would have a jetpack by now.
But I definitely do believe for like the I-4 corridor for like right now, like within like 2 years, I do believe like the best thing is basically just like have more people go into public transit than using their car, like using cars, like invest more in like trying to find like new like Sunrail routes, new links routes, new bus routes, like just find something there that gets people off of I-4. While still getting them to their place, that's more economical than just filling up your car for like $50. Just got like a $2 bus ticket.
Yeah. And Davey jumped in because we're talking about Davey.
I think Barbara Jean tagged him
as
Buddy the Elf.
Buddy the Elf. You know, and we said, well, maybe we'll do a collab for the parade, but they already have something going on, so we'll wave to each other. We'll come up with something. I don't know if we're bringing the snow machine or not. So.
Scroll back and watch see the pictures of Buddy the Elf and the giant pumpkin. That's why you were tagged, Davey. We said you could do it better.
Yeah. So, and congratulations on your 6 months, Davey.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, happy anniversary. Very cool. All right, Troy, how do you want to check the comments today?
On this warm Wednesday, I will willfully work my way through the witticisms of the watchers, offering willingly.
That warm, willful watcher wanderer is brought to you by BNS Signs.
Don't forget the wow.
Want your business to get noticed and stay that way? Turn to BNS Signs, proudly family-owned and serving St. Augustine for over 50 years. From bold vinyl lettering to towering pylon signs, they specialize in high-quality custom signage built to last. Their expert team handles everything: design, installation, crane service, repairs, and maintenance with fast, responsive service that keeps your sign looking sharp. Make a lasting impression with BNS Signs. Visit BNS Signs, because when it comes to signs, they do it all. Also brought to you by St. Augustine Handy House. Need a customer prefab portable building that's built to last? Come to St. Augustine Handy House, proudly owned by Troy Usina Enterprises and serving the community since 1988. With over 70 structures in stock, from sheds and barns to carports and offices, you'll find the perfect fit for your needs. Every building includes free delivery, leveling, and anchoring, plus easy financing options. Visit them on State Road 16, open Monday through Saturday, or call 904-823-9092. St. Augustine Handy House, where quality meets convenience and community matters. Wow.
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 I got it. All right, Troy, comments report.
All right, in the comments, Costco is at $2.58 along with Buc-ee's. Getting down there, I like it. BP, Wawa, and Speedway are at $2.99. All of them are under $3,
Nice.
which is awesome. It is National Nut Day. So just go nuts. Just go nuts. All right, it is trivia night tonight, and I was told we are bringing the snow machine. So we are bringing the snow machine on the 904 now.
We are bringing the snow machine.
Yeah, all about the snow machine.
Awesome. All right.
And I think, I believe the Christmas parade's December 6th.
Okay.
The first Saturday in December.
Add it to the calendar.
So
Awesome. All right. Do we have a Stoidum stat?
we do have a Stoidum stat. On this day in 1797,
Okay.
someone thought it would be a good idea to jump out of a hot air balloon at 3,200 feet.
Hot air balloon at 3,200 feet. That sounds like a terrible idea.
Well, it was the first person to use a parachute.
All right.
The problem
How
was
do you test at 32,000? What? All right.
the problem was he didn't put little vents in the parachute. So all he did was spin for 3,000 feet. He survived, but he was dizzy as hell.
Was he ever not dizzy again after that?
Okay, his name is Andreas Jacques Garnieren. All right,
Okay.
he was the first man to jump out of a hot air balloon and parachute to the ground.
Okay.
All right, he thought of the idea in prison, but the concept was centuries old
Okay.
because Leonardo da Vinci
hmm
had
Yeah.
it sketched in all his drawings.
Yeah, he did.
So he believed, okay, this is going to work. It worked. He figured it out. And guess who the first woman to parachute was? It happened 2 years later.
Okay. First woman.
His
2 years
wife.
later. His wife.
I don't know if she was pushed or not.
I gotta get away from this dude.
I don't know if she was pushed or not. And all
Did
this
she
took
have
place-
vents?
Yeah, she had vents. It was a little better. And they were doing this in a basket. They weren't holding on to like what you consider a
No
regular parachute
Backpack
was.
harness
They did
situation.
like a smaller basket outside of the balloon basket. Yeah.
Were they
And
strapped into the basket?
this gentleman died in 1823
Okay.
in
Doing
a
what?
ballooning accident when he was going to test a new parachute, but he died
On
before.
his kid?
I mean, he had to be a pretty old dude.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I mean,
he had
that's-
already
that's-
served time.
Yeah,
He'd gotten
that's
out.
25 years later.
Funding. Yeah.
So I mean, like in 1790,
Oldish.
1797, 35 was old.
I don't know about that. You either died really, really young or
Yeah.
you live forever, it seemed.
No one lives forever.
Hyperbolically speaking. All right.
So the very first parachute was used on this day in 1797 over the city of Paris.
Nice. That's Stoidum Stat, brought to you by St. Augustine Pizza in downtown St. Augustine, right at the corner of Riberia and MLK. Get yourself a slice today because it's delicious. Do we have plugs, Troy?
All right. Well, we got a Michi's tonight. I don't know if there's tables. Give them a call over there. We've just been having a blast over there. Freddie and Jen and their entire crew. We have our own private room, so I can say whatever the hell I want. And it ends up being a fun time every Wednesday.
It is a fun time, and we've got a shout out to Ancient City Kids Day.
Oh yeah, that is this Saturday. I believe it's from 11 to 3. And it's an event that was started 30 years ago. I remember the very first one on Francis Field. It's not St. Francis Field. That's when it was Francis Field, and there was a Joe James Field. There was 2 fields there. But absolutely a fun time for the kids, and you get to meet a lot of providers that are providers for kids in our community.
Absolutely. Blake, do you have any plugs?
2 plugs. One, and you still have your Kiwanis tickets for the Applebee's breakfast this Saturday that you need to claim.
Yep.
All right,
and then also once again, if anyone's out there looking to support the 904now or use our studio space for your new podcast, let us know at troy904now@gmail.com or blake904now@gmail.com.
Yes. That is awesome.
Yeah, we definitely have some availability, and always exciting to get new partners because
very cool.
We just really enjoy being a part of the community.
We do. All right. Don't forget to like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, subscribe on YouTube and Rumble. We've got trivia, bollocks, all the things. Bye, guys.
Bye.